Well, first of all, we passed the border bill through the House Judiciary Committee.
Okay.
There's another bill that passed through the Homeland Security Committee. We're going to smash those together and hopefully, if we get our act together this week, pass it as one bill the day that Title 42 expires next week on May 11th, or in 10 days. When we do that, we kick it over to the Senate. Then the only thing we can do is use leverage to try to force them to act, right? So you got to use the debt ceiling or the spending power sometime between now and September 30th to say, guys, we're not going to let you just pass a bill funding at Homeland Security that doesn't actually secure the homeland. Right. So here's what you need to do. So that's what's going to be a part of all these conversations over the next 5-6 months. All of this will hopefully feed into the presidential. I assume that both Governor DeSantis, President Trump, they'll be running on securing the border, and so will any other candidates. And this is going to be at the center of that. So we're going to make sure we're leading the way. This is the best and the strongest border security bill I've ever seen move out of the House that we got out of the House Judiciary Committee. It is a good bill, but now we got to get it across the finish line.
How is Mayorkas able to keep his job?
He should be impeached. He should not keep his job. I've made that case now for, I think, 2 years ago. I wrote my first memo outlining why he should be impeached. He has now done infinite number of things since then to add to the case against him. I believe he should be impeached. We're having that conversation in Judiciary. Our first objective was to get this bill through. And the most important thing we could do is get the bill through. Now we're going to turn our attention, I hope, to Mayorkas, his lies, what he has failed to do to uphold his oath to the Constitution.
It is my testimony that the border is secure, and we are working every day, day and night, to increase its security. The challenges that we are experiencing at the border cannot be overstated.
Not carrying out the laws of the United States, lying about Border Patrol agents, saying they whipped migrants when we knew it was factually untrue. So we're going to keep trying to elevate that and making sure people know about it.
To see people treated like they did, horses barely running them over, people being strapped, it's outrageous. I promise you those people will pay.
I was outraged by it. It was horrible and deeply troubling, and there needs to be consequence and accountability.
Those officers are on administrative duties. They are not performing their typical law enforcement duties.
They will be an investigation underway now, and there will be consequences.
It also evoked images of some of the worst moments of our history, where that kind of behavior has been used against the indigenous people of our country, has been used against African Americans during times of slavery.
The horrific video of the CBP officers on horses using brutal and inappropriate measures against innocent people.
It's an embarrassment, but it's beyond an embarrassment. It's dangerous. It's wrong. It sends the wrong message around the world. It sends the wrong message at home. It's simply not who we are.
So let's say he's impeached in the House. Does it go to the Senate at that point?
Yeah,
and what happens when it reaches the Senate? Because you have Mitch McConnell and you have Chuck Schumer.
Well, look, the odds of the Senate wanting to move an impeachment, which will take 67 senators to get it through the Senate, it's, it is what it is. But my view is make them answer the question. Like, we have an obligation, I think, to lay the marker down that this guy violated his oath, is not carrying out the laws of the United States, is endangering Americans, isn't securing the homeland, so he should be impeached. And if the Senate refuses to act, let them answer the questions. Let every Democrat and Republican who doesn't support it, who doesn't want to convict him in the Senate, let them answer the question why they won't do it. But we got to do it in the House, and we're not there yet.
Our country may never recover from Secretary Mayorkas' dereliction of duty. This is why today I am calling on the Secretary to resign. He cannot and must not remain in that position. If Secretary Mayorkas does not resign, House Republicans will investigate every order, every action, and every failure will determine whether we can begin impeachment inquiry.
Why are the Democrats not taking the same stance on the border crisis as you are, the Republicans are?
Well, my view is they fundamentally don't believe in sovereignty. They believe in like some sort of like one world concept where anybody can just come in anytime they want. And here's the problem. Every one of us are the product of migration, okay? Whether it's recent, like right now, or whether it's 200, 300 years. The fact is, we want people to be able to come here legally and follow our laws, but the rule of law matters. People come to the United States because we have fundamentally a society built on the rule of law. We should export the rule of law, build the Western Hemisphere, improve lives for our friends in Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Mexico, but also make sure America remains the beacon of hope by embracing the rule of law. My Democratic colleagues refuse to accept that. They want to go pound their chest that they're the compassionate ones, that they love brown people, that they love all the people that should come here. And it's bull, right? Because they're 53 Hispanic human beings died in a tractor trailer in the Texas heat, right down the road. How is that compassionate? Or the little girls that are in the sex trafficking trade, or the 856 dead bodies in the Rio Grande or South Texas, or the 72,000 Americans who have tragically died from fentanyl, as these moms too, unfortunately, personally know.
Right. Now we have Kamala Harris, that's probably going to be the front runner for Joe Biden for the 2024, and she's the border czar, and she's paying more attention about killing the most innocent of us all than the border. Why is that?
I have no explanation for Kamala Harris's existence, much less office as vice president.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Congressman, thank you
man.
so much, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.